Gentlemen, ladies, and gentlethems, my name is DM Greg, and I'm your Dungeon Master this evening. Welcome to Tales of the Tortletonis for February 20th, 2023. This is a D&D 5th edition actual play live stream. Tonight, I have 5 brave adventurers on a mission, and we'll get to all that in a second. But first, a word from, well, me, because you can hire me to run a game like this that I'm doing tonight, right now, for you, online or in person. I am a professional dungeon master with Mastermind Adventures. You can see the logo right over there, top right corner of the screen. And yes, you can hire me through them or directly to run games for you, online, in person, on a boat, on a plane, in the sand, on a train. I don't know. I will run a game pretty much anywhere. Matter of fact, I've got 2 for hire games in person here in Southern California this week alone. So my schedule is booking up pretty quick. If you are looking for people to introduce you to the wonderful world of Dungeons and Dragons, I'm your boy. So come on in, take a look. MastermindAdventures.com for all of my information. And I have a gigantic ass mega dungeon that I run adventures in called Barrows. We do all kinds of fun stuff there. This is great for first-time adventurers. This is also great for people who really, really, really want to challenge themselves and play old school style. So, yeah, book me to run a game for you. And that's me. Let's go ahead and talk to our players this evening. Let's introduce everybody here on the stream tonight. Yeah, I think I would love to run a game on a train at one point. I would also love to do D&D in a castle or a cruise ship. And I know that there's both of those, and I've applied to DM for both of those, and I've never gotten accepted. So I've got to keep trying. But let's do our introductions here real quick. Let's shift it on over. Let's start with our lovely couple.
Howdy. I am Nathalie Eckert. I play Vicki Victoria Wick Tortletoni. And I'm a cousin of amongst all these brothers, but it's all about the family. So there's no blood loss, except for when there is a lot of blood loss. Which hopefully will not happen this episode, but I'm looking forward to shedding others' blood.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Paul Masterson, but in this world, I play Anthony Tony the Tool Boy Tortletoni. I am a multi-class artificer and wizard with my tiny army. After some bastards that was steered by our DM perforated my little buddy, my Owl Capone. He's back and ready for vengeance. And
he's got a badass pinstripe suit and a scar on his face now from where he got shot in the face by Anton. You know, when he came back. Now he's a true Scarface. So yeah. We'll explain that. I'll let Anton explain that one. So
yep. But he ready to party with my family, build cool shit, blow up bad guys, all that good stuff.
Excellent. Glad to have you guys here tonight. Seth, how you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing great. My name is Seth Thygesen, and I am, as always, Frankie Tortletoni. I am a Tortle Barbarian with an excellent hat, and I'm ready to play, man. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it. Can't wait. Mr. Matt.
Yes, LePage. I'm playing Casan Jonar, a Hexblade Warlock warrior, formerly a murder hobo with a heart of gold, but now apparently I'm some kind of soul reaper for a devil, but I'm still good.
Well, you know,
I get to pick who I reach.
Yeah, you're playing a warlock, so I can't say I'm terribly surprised. Like these things, every contract and every deal comes due at one point. So, yep, that's the theme for tonight. But we'll deal with that in a second. Mr. Anton, last in introductions tonight, but first in our hearts.
I am Anton Ray, and I play the group cleric Miguelle Tortletoni, and who is just here to do the dishes and sweep the floors and maybe stop the bloodshed that happens to us. Not stop Vicki from doing the bloodshed to other people, and hopefully not have Vicki do the bloodshed to me. I'm from a cracked shell, not my shell, but the shell that I was born in was cracked. So I'm not really the brightest. So, but luckily, my big brother Frankie takes care of me, and he does my thinking for me, so I don't have to because I'm not so good at that. But yeah. But I'm here, and I'm a cleric, and I just picked up a level of ranger. So yeah, we're doing. I got a new sky daddy who's all like in with nature in the forest, and so I'm figuring that out.
Love it. So that's the crew for this evening. You were going to say, Seth?
Yeah, two super important things. One, if anybody rewinds the stream, you can notice that when Matt says that he's working for a demon now, but he's still good, his webcam autofocuses a bunch of times just in that moment and gives him this really weird halo thing that makes you feel very uncomfortable, and that's cool. And that's me just being really observant. Speaking of being observant, today is the first day that I realized that when you say that you were born from a cracked shell, you meant the egg and not one on your back. Did not realize that until now. Anyway, let's play.
Well, you know, what's your I mean, you're just playing Frankie really, really well. That's all you're doing right there, Seth. That's okay. So yeah, awesome. Welcome to the game. So here we go. And again, apologies for the late start tonight. Having some massive technical difficulties this evening, but I think we've got them sorted out. So if anybody hopefully we won't have any further issues as we jump in tonight. I'm very excited. Who wants to recap?
Let me just mute myself here.
Yeah, okay. Seth is taking himself out of consideration. Miggy, you want to do the recap?
Okay. So then we were there, and then they were gonna watch because we found this cave, but we really needed a long rest, so we needed some rest. So especially me and Anthony needed some rest. But then there was something about Frankie going and like teleporting like really far away. Well, Casan was like worried about him, but I don't really understand what that meant. But like they seemed kind of stressed out about it. Anyway, but then like the next day the devils all showed up and then like took us away to their base camp, and then they kind of figured out that we may have accidentally killed a few of their guys and not so accidentally a couple of them, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so then they wanted to give us a job, and they kept calling us friends, and I let them know we weren't friends at all because they had this big lieutenant guy and then this noble guy who was creeping out of the shadows at us. And then we signed a deal with him. We made a deal with that guy, but it seemed a reasonable deal. But I don't know, but it seemed reasonable. But I don't know these things. Frankie, said we should sign it, so I don't know. I guess that's it. And then now we got to go back and go back to like to the normal world, not this levels of hell world. Oh, and Brother Othar is probably already dead, but then they think his soul is probably being tormented. So we got to figure out how to that's the reason we made the deal, is information about Brother Othar and his soul, so whether or not we can save him or save just like his spiritual being essence thingy. And then I don't feel like this deal is really going to work out super well for us, but all we got to do is deliver a message. So how bad can it be?
Now wait a second. I resent a little bit the characterization as such, where I have advised that we sign this contract. I tried many a scheme to ensure that we would have all of the advantages in this contract, and unfortunately, it did not pan out.
It did not pan out because you're trying to negotiate contracts with the devil. Like literally all of the lawyers are in hell. Okay.
It could have been worse. It could have been a fairy.
I mean, well, then it's just like, yeah, you'll stick to the terms of the agreement and they'll just do whatever the fuck they want, So, I mean, that's how it works with the Fae. May I have your name? Yeah. Anyhow. Actually, just for the folks who, in case you're ever watching this and you're stumbling, I've actually had people stumble across this on the internet, and I've gotten messages going like, what the fuck is with this campaign? Like, can I get like the thumbnail of what's going on? So here's the deal. The Tortletonis were originally adventurers within the village of Helix, and from there they were using it as their base of operations, and they would go off and explore the Barrow maze, hunting for treasure, looking for loot, and looking to basically make a name for themselves. After becoming the richest adventurers in town, and also some of the most powerful compared to the rest of the folks in the campaign, because this is a West Marches campaign that they were a part of. We have spun them off into their own campaign track now, where we are taking them beyond the regions of Helix and even going extraplanar at this point. Brother Othar, head of the regional head of the Church of Saint Yig, was recently on a rescue mission for a hunting party that had disappeared, and according to witnesses, had been the rescue party had been attacked by bone devils, and Brother Othar, in an effort to make sure that everyone else got out alive, allegedly nobly sacrificed himself and stayed behind to ward off the fiends before supposedly, allegedly succumbing to the fight. The Tortletonis, having actually completed the rescue mission successfully on their own, returned to the village, discover what had happened, and even though Miguelle had a falling out with the Church of Saint Yig, he still feels very he feels like he owes a debt to the brother that he served for months, if not years. And the Tortletonis decided to mount their own rescue. Upon going to the site of the battle, they discovered nearby a portal to the 9 hells. And after fighting off some bone devils that had emerged from it, they decide to damn the torpedoes, throw caution to the wind, and immediately jump through the portal, only to find themselves in the first level of hell, Avernus, and finding out that, well, devils aren't a monolith, number one. So just because they're coming down there looking for Brother Othar doesn't mean that any old devil in the area is going to know who that is or even what they're about. But after spending a couple of sessions exploring hell and the first level of hell and layer of hell, and learning about the blood war, the ongoing eternal war between demons and devils, they find a military outpost run by devils, and proceed to inquire for help, supplies, and information about Brother Othar. Now, while those that run the outpost did not have answers, a very interesting figure in the shadows, identifying themselves as Moloch, did say that they could find out, and discover information, perhaps provide it to the Tortletonis for a price. And that price, of course, is a favor. That favor? Delivering a message to the High Observer of El Terrell. Simple enough, right? But they signed a 27-page contract, basically giving the rules of the situation. They have 24 hours to complete this upon being deposited outside of El Terrell. And this is a box that is to be delivered to the High Overseer, named Thavius Krieg. And no one is to open the box except for him. That is their quest. And at this point, and in return, they will get information about Brother Othar's condition and whereabouts, although early supposition indicates that it's probably not great, whatever his situation may be. So, with that, the Tortletonis jump through another portal and find themselves on the outskirts of a village. Outskirts of a village that, as they look at it, rolls into a city. With large towering spires, and floating between the spires are not one, but 2 suns. This is the only place in Faerun where 2 suns are visible. It's rather interesting. Yeah, nobody else. I don't know. Did they?
I don't remember.
All right.
So,
Give me a round of wisdom checks.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
We inquired about getting back, and Moloch was just like, "We'll know when to get you."
That's right.
If I recall.
Yep. Actually, that's exactly what happened. Was, don't worry, we'll find you.
Yeah.
Because he said he wasn't about to invoke the wrath of the oh my God, why am I blanking on Plane of Law?
Wrath of the CVS Karens.
No, basically. I'm kicking myself because I can't freaking.
I need to build one of those Hellfire bikes. I like that.
Miggy's stuck in his shell, and he needs DM assistance to get out.
Yeah, Miggy, you got to go out the hole at the top. That's how you get out of your shell. Oh yeah, the you don't need the Agents of Concordance to come after you. Being, of course, the Modrons. The top level Modrons just always hit deal massive amounts of damage. And when you die from a Modron, you're dead, like obliterated dead. Sometimes you're so obliterated, you're actually erased from history. That's how... So when they say that they are not going to risk their incurring the wrath of the Modrons, they mean that. The ultimate contract enforcers. So, yeah.
Does that mean we're risking the wrath of the Modrons?
I mean, if you violate your contract, potentially, yes. Okay. Yeah. By the way, if you guys want to make a round of insight or... nope. I mean, no, none of you guys have never done any deals with devils before, so...
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's true, but also we've dealt with a lot of the different people on the Jersey Shore, and that may as well be the same thing.
Sure. Okay, cool. I'll roll
you
with
can
that.
call them the Jersey Devils. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, I'm just saying that if there was like points for your soul being corrupted, you get one for every pun. So, Frankie, I hate to tell you that when you die, you're going to the 8th level of hell, layer of hell, specifically for punsters. In my
that checks
campaign.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony, 2 sons. Yeah. Is that should not scientifically be possible? Is that right?
That's kind of weird. It's gonna get hot. Let me see here. Where
are we? I think we're...
Yeah, so do I recognize this?
Basement.
Would that be a history?
Actually history, but it would be a disadvantage because you guys don't know this region very well. You guys have mostly been in Helix and haven't really traveled between... You've been there in Jersey, and that's about it. So you really don't know much about anything anywhere.
Oh, here's a weird other thought that I just had. I was thinking just a moment ago about all of our adventures that we have had since coming to Helix. And you know what just occurred to me?
What's that?
We have pissed off a disproportionate amount of religious folk. Like, we pissed off gods. We pissed off statues of gods. We pissed off religious leaders.
I think that statue is a little bit on you. That's not an us thing. That's a...
I recall the statue being excited to be smashed in the pit.
Yeah, see, there you go. That seems kind of weird, right? Like, why so many religious people out to get us?
What
good question, Frank.
About a statue?
Oh yeah, remember that time we were in the barrel maze and there was that evil statue that was talking at us, and it was like, kill everybody or something. I don't remember. And then we were like, no, and so I threw it in the pit. Then I got all mad.
Is this the time I had the stomach ache? This is the one time I had the stomach ache.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. Just seems just in general, religious things come across us, and we go, nah.
Maybe it just means that all the religious people just kind of want to talk to us. We're like religious magnets.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. What is it, my shell? Like the hat?
Everybody,
it's like everybody's doing their best impression of Mormons coming and knocking on your door trying to convert you. That's how that rolls. Except y'all went down to hell. It's the devil didn't go down to Georgia. The Tortletonis went down to anyway. Yeah.
So at advantage, I rolled a 14.
Okay, you have heard of different kind of magics and stuff like that, but this is... Actually, roll me a D100 real quick, and before you do that, pick a... Hold on a second. I'm rolling randomly to determine if you've ever been to one particular location before, and it's going to determine things.
I give him guidance.
Oh no! You're looking to hit within a specific window based randomly. So, okay, cool. High or low?
I'm gonna go high.
Got it. Okay, roll me a D100. Let me know what you get.
23.
You have never been to one of the two particular locations where you might learn something about this. Roll me. Have you ever been to Candlekeep? Has Tony ever been to Candlekeep?
Is that where you pay to get a little thing to fill with the scented oils? You make your own candle.
We go into the workshop and you build a candle.
Yeah.
No.
I love that place. That's so good.
That's
I
Yankee
know.
Candle. No, Candle Keep is actually one of the great libraries of the realm.
No, I mean, that's got to be the same thing, right? Because they have a whole library of sense.
I mean, is that where they keep all the cool stuff, all the cool diagrams?
I mean, you might have actually gone there once or twice as a part of your research as an artificer. So I'm trying to give you like an opportunity here.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
They got the cool gear stuff.
All right, give me a straight history check, no modifier, but except your
I don't
history
like
modifier.
libraries very much. I get lost.
9.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know much about this, but I will say that you see it hanging up there in the sky. Give me a perception check real fast.
$13.
Hey, Johnny, good to see you. Okay, as you are looking at it, you actually pull down your welding goggles and look up in the sky going like, what the hell is that? You know, looking up at it. And through your welding goggles, with a 13 perception, I'm going to say that's good enough to notice that this, while it looks from your perspective to be about the same size as the sun that the planet is orbiting around, this sun, or this second sun, is actually is much smaller and hanging a lot lower, a lot closer to the surface.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And actually, Anton, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah. You actually feel that this is somehow divine light.
Guys.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is like either the really powerful temple church thingy or there's a god here.
Okay. Yeah, because that's it's not another planet. I'm pretty sure it's something kind
That-
of.
That's a sacred flame.
Oh, okay.
Like this, but bigger, like way bigger.
Interesting. All right, Chow. Well, let's go see what kind of jabronis live here, eh?
All right. You start heading towards the gate, and you actually do see a group on horseback wearing tabard, well armed, heavily armed, wearing tabards, and flying a banner that actually you guys might know. Give me a round of history checks. And actually, Anton, you get advantage on it. Doesn't help.
Nope.
Oh, that's not. Is it pretty? Is it a pretty symbol?
It's a very pretty symbol, and for some reason you feel like you've recognized this. You don't know why, but you feel like you recognize it somewhere deep down in your bones. Although the cracked shell is definitely clearly interfering with your ability to recognize it. Tony, you actually have heard of this group. This is a group of paladins. It's a holy order known as the Hell Riders. And yeah, you recognize their symbol from your visit to Candlekeep. This is something that just kind of came across as you were looking at like heraldry of various groups throughout the area or throughout the region. And that's about all you know about them, is that they're known as the Hell Riders. And this heavily armed group is riding out of one of the gates with all due haste and just blowing right past you guys. Yeah, they don't even stop to look.
Those Hell Riders. They're I don't remember much else. I mean, I relay what you just said.
You've read a little bit about them, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, something about there's something about that they had some big to do back in the history books, but it's kind of escaping you at the moment. You head towards the gate. And the gates are closing. These big, heavy wooden doors are closing in this walled gate. And there are a couple of guards posted outside, seeing you approach. These guys are actually not wearing the garb of the Hell Riders, but they actually wear tabards in the style of the city, from the looks of it. It's a very interesting color scheme with a dark blue field and then two suns emblazoned on the front of it, one in yellow and one in white. Oi, state your business.
We were told there was a party here.
Ah, you're here for the party, eh?
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, they're here for the Feast of the Companion. Right, well, who invited you?
He was a real devil of a guy, wink. I say wink out loud.
I am personal friends with the host's second cousin's neighbor.
All right, give me a deception check with disadvantage if that's how you're role-playing that.
Is that how you roleplay that, or that's what you're coming up with?
Oh, come on.
I'll give her guidance.
There it goes. Did it roll? Yes.
15 plus guys. 1d4.
Holy shit.
That's with disadvantage.
Yeah, and what's the guidance? 1d4?
1d4.
Yeah.
Wink.
Oops.
All right, so what'd you get, 16? Oh, slash R 1d4. Yeah. Here we go, 1. All right, so 16.
16?
They look at each other and they go, well, there's a lot of parties going on. Yeah, I know. All right, we'll open them up. Let them in. Enjoy the festivities of the Companion. And may the Companion always keep you bathed in its light.
And it's light on to you.
Not quite from around these parts. No, they don't look it. All right, you guys go into the village, or you guys go through the doors of the gate opens. You guys go through. Doors close behind you.
Hey, Frankie,
what's that, Mickey?
I was subtle.
No, you did good. The whole thing where you're being quiet and everything. I'm a little up in my head right now, but them saying we don't look like we're around from around here. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, we're not from around here.
Yeah. But we don't look it, huh? Like, what's that about?
But we're not from around here, and we
don't.
don't
Say totals. I think clearly no one has as cool of a hat as you do, so I might have given it away.
Yeah, your hat might not.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, okay.
All right, I think that's the thing.
Nobody's got good fashion sense. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You enter the village, and there is. You can actually see that the whole place is seemingly getting ready for a festival. There's banners hanging. There's shopkeepers out running specials on signs. The bakers are selling 2-for-1 sun buns and all kinds of other amazing deals. You hear people, praising the companion and praising the companion. The companion be with you and also with you. And and may the companion's light guide you. And you're hearing people sing songs of the glory of the companion and how it saved the village 50 years ago, or saved the city 50 years ago. You also give me a round of insight or perception checks real quick. Okay, Miggy. With the 22, Miggy, you're looking about and you actually see some of the folks, mostly the adults, are also wearing black armbands. And that seems a little out of place. I mean, being a religious person yourself, and you knowing last rites and, how people mourn individuals, that kind of sticks out as something that does not seem congruous with a festival of light and life.
I pointed out to Anthony.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Do I see anybody who seems approachable?
A number of people. Matter of fact, there's actually a woman going around with with wreaths of flowers that she's or crowns of flowers that she's handing out to people, going, may the companion guide you with their light, may the companion guide you with their light, may you always walk in the companion's light, and they're little hippy dippy but very friendly. Yes. Oh, strangers to this village, or this city, so wonderful to have you here. Welcome to El Terrell.
Thanks. We're not from around here.
Obviously not.
What do you mean? Because of our fashion, or what gave it away?
Well, we've just, we don't, we've never encountered giant turtles before.
Whoa!
No,
Whoa.
it's just, I'm saying it's very wonderful to have you here. You're welcome, friends. So, yes, you're clearly visitors and guests. Welcome.
Since we are new,
But what I see, we these black armbands. Is somebody that was seen? Did somebody pass?
Yes, the High Overseer passed recently.
Oh, what was his name? Or her name?
High Overseer. I keep saying Overseer. It's actually High Observer. High Observer Thavius Krieg passed recently.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Is he laying in state, or where?
Well, yes. He's currently laying in rest in the tower, in the Observer's tower. There's going to be a public funeral for him tomorrow, and the new High Observer will be named to assume control.
Gotcha. Have they said who that's going to be?
Well, I've heard that it's going to be Judir Dash.
Uh-huh. But is it one of those things where until the person's name, like nobody knows, like there's voting and stuff, or
there is voting. There is a council. There is a council that nominates, and then there's a process. But candidate Dash seems to be the most popular amongst, and that's who everyone's whispering about at the moment. So I believe that once they assume control tomorrow, they'll oversee the funeral, but they'll also be overseeing the this year's 50th anniversary celebration of the arrival of the companion.
and again, not being from around here, who was the companion?
Oh, the companion, and she points up and indicates the second sun hanging in the sky.
of course,
Gotcha.
obviously,
Okay. Obviously.
Yes, and may you always walk in their light.
And how did they save the town, the city, 50 years ago?
It was a terrible story. 50 years ago, a coven of vampires had infiltrated El Terrell to the point where the previous High Rider of the Hell Riders and the previous High Overseer had actually been turned into the coven. A young priest of Torm by the name of Thavius Krieg managed to summon the companion, and its holy light has bathed the city and protected it for 24 hours a day ever since.
Interesting.
There's no nighttime around here. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. There is always one sun in the sky to prevent the vampires and other monsters that go bump in the night from coming.
And
I look around. Are there any like plants or trees or anything?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty green and lush here. Yeah, I would say so.
What are you people doing with all the greenery?
Well, first off, it keeps everything very nice around here. But of course, flowers, and we have a wonderful. One of our main exports here is tea. I run a tea shop, and you are more than welcome to come in and sample some of my my goods. I have some very exclusive blends that have only grown under the companion's light.
I see.
Sounds like a cool dude.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
How did Thaddeus Krieg pass on?
He was old. She just kind of shrugs and is like, well, he was an elderly gentleman. We knew that he was holding on for the 50th anniversary. It was so important to him, but it just seems like that while the soul may be willing, the body was not able.
I see.
How long ago did he die?
1 week ago.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yes, indeed. And actually, as you guys know, a week is actually a 10-day in this world. So,
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let's go get a sunbun or one of these thingies. What do we think?
yeah.
That is the thing I've been stuck on this whole time. You remember the last time we went and got sunbuns? We could not sit down for a week. You got to make sure that you are moisturizing and you are getting enough shade there. That's what shells are for.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about food or burning our assholes?
I think Frankie's talking about the latter. I'm talking about a pastry, but it's good things to keep in mind.
Pastry sounds good. Sunscreen, good idea.
I asked him if I can have a flower crown.
Oh yes, of course, and she places one along your head. It's actually lovely. It's got like small yellow and white flowers in a very tight ring. It's actually quite gorgeous, and the green of the stems actually goes very, very nice with your turtle skin tone. So it's very complimentary. Yeah,
Gotta look like we're blending in here. We're a part of the celebration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's smart. So when we walk away, I huddle us and I'm like, they told us that we had to take this box to Krieg, right? I mean, that was who they said we needed. But it sounds like he's dead.
I don't know. Once we put Frankie back in charge, I stopped listening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there was nothing in the contract which stipulated he needed to be alive. Probably, it was a long contract, but
in theory, we could talk to him after he's dead. I know how to do that.
We give him the box. We don't look in the box.
Yeah. Just give.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I know how to do that, but I'll need a long rest because I gotta like prepare that because I don't, I can't just...
Why don't we see if we can go to the Tao and see if we can see the body and just give him the box? What do you think, guys? I mean,
I'm a little apprehensive that the box is going to do something.
Yeah, I think so too. But
put it by the body.
We could stop off by a scroll shop. Maybe they have one of the temples, and maybe we could get a scroll.
That's true.
Because we only got like a couple of days to do this, right?
I think just the one.
I think they said make in haste. Forget the exact terms.
I don't know. It's got a lot of. I don't know. It's in. I don't know. Yeah, that's a lot of pages. I couldn't. Yeah, maybe we go by the. There's got to be a temple here somewhere, right? I mean, with the giant divine fireball in the sky, there's got to be some temples.
I go to the sunbun shop that's nearby. I order a round of sunbuns for everybody.
All right. So you do the 2-for-1 deal, and it comes out to be 1 silver for 2 for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And is it normal? Like is it normal exchange rate? Like, will our silvers work here, or they make weight, or I don't know.
I mean, that's they look at the currency as you exchange, as you offer up your coin, and they are like, oh, not from around here, are you?
Everybody keeps.
Well, this is quite lovely. We'll be happy to keep this. Yes. Here, and they actually throw you an extra one with a wink. Look at this one, exotic currency.
How much was that?
That was 1 silver.
1 silver.
Got it.
Oh, you paying for it? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. So, friend, is there a magic shop around? Someone who specializes in items or scrolls and such.
Oh, are you looking for something more arcane, or are you looking for something more divine? Because there are multiple temples throughout the area to all of the major pantheons.
The second one, I don't know how to arcane nothing.
Well, which church are you looking for, would you say?
Well, I don't know.
The Church of the Best Deal.
Hold on. Let's see. They have temples too. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? I freaking disabled my ad blocker, and now every page is lagging like hell when I open it up. Let's see. They have temples to Torm, Lathander, Helm, Tyr, and Amanator.
Do I know any of those gods?
These are all. It's a whole different pantheon compared to what you've ever dealt with.
Oh, okay. Which one would you go to if you were like trying to buy a scroll of like talking to your ancestors or something?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I honestly don't know. But if you guys want to make a wisdom check real quick,
Sure.
or a religion check, give me a religion check. How about that?
Hey, I didn't roll awful.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
good.
with a 12, you recognize the fact that they mentioned a temple of Torm, and you actually remember that the High Observer was a cleric of Torm.
Okay, we should go there then. Maybe they'll have the right thing, you know. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should go to a different one so they don't know we go in with the one, and then because maybe they don't want us to talk to him. Because what if they killed him or something?
The church killed
Wait.
their own guy.
I don't know. I'm
Is
just
the
saying.
concern?
You know, I'm overcomplicating things. Never mind. I'm sorry.
I think we just go and take a look and see if they got scrolls.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, keep an eye out for weird behavior, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am wondering how coveted this position he had is and how often the changeover. Maybe someone was a little bit overeager to get in that seat.
Yeah, always possible.
All righty.
Can we check the name on that? Can we, when we're not in like the eye of everybody, can we check the name on that contract to make sure it's the same?
Yeah.
That we're not like looking for his kid or something.
I kind of half expected us to be delivering this box to whoever was going to be taken over.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I think that's what we're going to wind up doing.
Well, I mean,
double check that out. Did we get a copy of the contract?
Yes, you do.
all right, let's look it up. What specifically does it say? They're very, you know how lawyers are. They're so stipulating.
If you actually give me a round of insight checks because it is written in legalese.
Jeez, freaking criminy! I have not rolled
disadvantage because I can't read it.
Yeah, disadvantage because you can't read it. Anton, looking at it, you go, what, you're looking at this like, oh, I see like High Observer right here, and you kind of point to a clause, and as you look at it, the rest of you realize that it does say that if High Observer Krieg is unable to be delivered to or is no longer in his post, the package is to be delivered to the current High Observer, whoever that may be.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So
no, they thought of everything.
Wait, but there is no current High Observer, right? One has not yet been appointed. There's just one who is expected.
There is one that is coming.
Yeah, but there isn't one now. Yeah.
Correct.
And what's the time frame on this again?
You have about 23 hours at this point to complete the mission.
Okay, so given this, that we know we got 23 hours to deliver to a High Observer, and there is currently no High Observer. If it runs out within 24 hours and there still isn't one, what happens? What does the contract say?
Actually, there is no clause in there for that.
Oh, this is where they're gonna get us. See, this is where we gotta make sure that. Oh, how do we? We're not from here. How do we make sure they get a good?
Maybe
they
we
get a
should ask if whoever's gonna succeed the High Observer immediately does so, and they're just waiting for this like ceremony to make it official. But officially, there may already be the next High Observer. Like they know who it is.
I mean, I don't know much about these sorts of things, so I could be totally wrong, but it feels like it's one of those things. It's a catch 33. Yeah. Catch.
Mhm.
It's a catch 33.
Why don't we just go over the High Observer's Tower and see if we can find something out?
Okay. You guys head over there, and you see that there are, as you head more towards the center of the city, the Observer's Tower is actually pretty much the center of the city, and you can almost see that the companion shines directly above it. And as you get closer and closer to the center, the decorations for this festival are getting bigger and more ostentatious. You also do see some black banners and black flags. Some have Krieg's name on them. Some have what must be his visage, on them. He was a older gentleman with salt and pepper hair, and looking very bold, very strong. The savior of El Terrell and all, and there's all kinds of things in memory of him, lionizing him and everything that he did to fight off the vampires.
They're turning him into a lion.
Yes, that's exactly what is happening. Yep. Yeah. And you can actually see that there's what looks to be guards around the gates in full mourning, in full mourning uniforms, as the tower is open. There is what looks to be a lieutenant or a captain or some sort of officer with the guards at the main gate, stopping people as they're walking in and just inquiring. It seems like the standard security check-in. And like I said, this area is also hustling and bustling pretty hard right now.
Greg,
yes.
Point of order.
Mm-hmm.
How much of this contract do you have actually written down? Because I don't want to split hairs with you if you don't have it written down.
It's not written.
A lot of time. Great. Okay, cool. I won't do what I'm going to ask them.
Okay.
Thanks.
Just for shits and giggles, what were you gonna do?
Well, here's the thing. If the contract stipulates specifically,
I know I'm gonna regret this, but yeah.
We have to deliver it to him or the person who is the High Observer. Well, it still doesn't say that we can't deliver it to him when he's dead, as far as I am aware. And that is the thing I would like. Let's see specifically what are the conditions under which he has to have it delivered and under which he has to open it. If we can Bernie's this guy and have him open up the box, does that count? Because the only reason why I'm like this level of lawyersy is because we're dealing with this level of lawyers.
I mean, you could fuck around and you could find out is all I'm going to tell you. So, that right there will give you a I mean, if you want to play that game, give it a shot and see what happens. I don't have a plan.
Well, I think that's why we're saying, is it written in there? I mean, in this theoretical thing that we've got the copy of.
I mean, you know that. I mean, sure, you could play the rules as written or the contract as written, or clearly the intention is that the High Observer is the one who's going to open the box.
Which he would.
Which he would. All right. I don't know. We'll have to see. But there also has to be what is it? The competency. The competency to open it. So it has to be of their own, volition and their own action, etc.
So
I mean, that's just kind of
specifies in the contract that they must be of sound mind to open the box.
It actually says right here, no weekend at Bernie's bullshit.
Yeah,
And we don't know what that means.
that's there. You know, I mean, again, I'm going to say that, you know what? No, you might have actually found a loophole, but you also have to figure out, is there going to be a high observer named in the time that you have remaining?
Yeah.
Because in which case, that is the valid person to deliver this to. Because at that point, Krieg is no longer high observer. Actually, technically now, Krieg is no longer high observer because they are dead.
All right. So we're walking inside, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it
I
like
could see Seth's, like, I could just see the grimace. Yeah. So
No, I can lawyer this. I'm not trying to lawyer this.
Yeah.
If it is going to put
Would-
you too much on the spot.
would Frankie know to lawyer this? Is my question.
You think Frankie wouldn't argue something to death
Yeah, but would
just
he
for a small benefit?
my question is would he do it this intelligently?
Is this intelligently?
I mean, oh boy, we're really going down that, aren't we? All right. We're gonna keep moving the game along here. All right.
Cool.
This because otherwise we may as well call it a break right now. We'll just see you all next week. Seth and I hash this shit out for the next
What
next 7
is
days.
intelligence?
Indeed. Oh God.
I don't know. Let's go.
And this is why the contracts are, like 27 pages, because you literally have to define everything. And actually, that's a small contract comparatively. So, moving on. We have, you guys are heading into the tower, or are you guys looking about? You do see folks you could actually see folks that are of like the merchant class and above coming in and out. Some of them are moving with impunity. They wear what must be badges of office of some variety. And you actually notice that some of these folks actually have like pins on their chests that may indicate themselves as members of the political, of the leadership, insignias of rank, etc. This town or this city is a bit of a theocracy, because you can see that everybody that is walking around that has like a badge of office is also wearing religious garments of whomever they serve. Now, you don't necessarily know what the garments are or what the insignias are, but religious, the styles of religious wear kind of, you're dealing with the quote unquote civilized gods here. So as a result, there is kind of like a sameness to the, different object of worship, but basically same general style, yeah. And where are you going? What do you want to do?
Is there any? Are there any signs that say like pointing out to pay your respects over here, or offices of the High Observer?
Yes. You actually do see what looks to be a very, very long line. That is actually, you were going through a very large crowd. Things are getting very much busier as you get towards the center of the city. And as you reach the center itself, you do recognize the fact that there is a gigantic ass line, hundreds of people all waiting to go through a door to and you ask, and yes, somebody that is the line to give respects. And they say that it is going to be open until the observer is until Krieg is laid to rest tomorrow, or the body is taken out of state to be put to rest tomorrow after the new High Observer is installed.
Can we get like a fast pass, or like, Sorry.
You trying to buy? You're gonna try to bribe somebody to say you're?
No, I'm just looking around, like, is there like priests this way, or like, because I'm a priest.
I mean, you can always ask.
Yeah. Is this okay? What about like priests and like visiting holy people?
Clergy,
Yeah.
like almost as if you were trying to behave like ambassadors.
Yeah. I'm not so good at that kind of thing, but like,
Okay. I mean, there's a number of folks, all of them who seem to be of various ranks within, within the government, going in and out of this main gate that I mentioned that has the captain there with the 2 guards. Some folks, So I guess my question for you guys is do you guys want to try and get into the tower? Do you guys want to try and cut the line to the high to Krieg's laying in state, or do you want to see if you can snag somebody coming out of there? Either on the street or following them and seeing if anybody goes to like a tavern or someplace a little more subtle. Or, find like a spot nearby where you might find officials, I don't know, it's midday, having lunch or whatever else.
I think firstly, I'm just going to go and ask the captain guy there if there's a time, if it's been announced when the new High Observer is being installed.
Yeah, back at the lines. Oh, you're asking a question. You're not trying to get through. Okay. Yeah. The what time's the High Observer being installed? Sunrise.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Sunrise. Yeah.
When does that count for here? Since it's never
well, the companion, may their light always guide us and shine upon us and bless us, hangs above us 24 hours a day, 10 days a week. But when we say sunrise around here, we mean the actual heavenly body outside of this realm, the one that gives everybody else light.
Gotcha.
When that rises, and we have 2 suns, that is when the High Observer's name will be announced and they will be installed. And shortly after, they will begin holding court.
How many hours from now is that?
Well, I mean, it's about what? It's early afternoon now. If they're observed by sunrise, I mean, I would say, I mean, the day's about half over now, and then you got to go through the night. So half a day and a night.
Gotcha. So a little less than a full day.
Correct.
Gotcha. And who is creating? Do you know? Sorry for all these questions. Who's creating sort of the order of meeting with the new High Observer? Because who's kind of.
You wish to be on the list of the court? You wish to have an audience?
Yes, we travel from kind of far away. We've been asked to talk to the High Observer or the one in their place. Yeah.
Okay, so well, if you want to be if you need to be heard, you can actually file for an audience. You can do that at the Observer's right hand's office down the hall on the left, second door.
Gotcha. Do we have to wait in the line to do that, or can we just?
No. These are all people waiting to see High Observer Krieg in state. That is, they're not going to this office. If you're ambassadors from another region coming to this office, you are more than welcome to go down. Just go right on in.
Gotcha.
Matter of fact, how obvious are all of your weapons right now?
0% obvious because mine isn't manifested.
Okay. Are you wearing your mask?
Actually, I did not want to wear any devil iconography.
Okay, cool.
Is the flame trench coat? Is that only when I have my weapon out, or was that just like?
No, that's pretty much your standard style at this point. But it's not like it's got runes or anything emblazoned on it. It's just like it looks badass. But I'm just saying that in social encounters, a mask with devil's horns on it may not go over too well.
Yeah, that struck me immediately when we got here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And the rest of you guys, you're all visibly armed, or? Still,
yeah. I
think we're pretty visibly armed. We carry a lot. I think we look like travelers.
Yes. So I'm assuming that. We're going to send an escort with you if you don't mind, simply because we don't normally allow arms within the tower here.
Of course.
Yes. Very good. All right. And he whistles, and a couple of guards come over and take him down to the hand's office.
Okay, I stop and
is it customary for the new High Observer to receive gifts or items of well wishing upon his installment?
I mean, I don't know how this stuff works, man. I'm just the captain of the guard here, or the captain of this of this outpost or this guard station. But I mean, I know that there's a whole bunch of dignitaries that heard about the recent passing. I mean, even the Lord of Baldur's Gate is here right now. They came with a whole entourage here to pay respects. So there's a number of dignitaries in the area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vicki, were you saying something?
Yeah, I pull out my bag and I pull out my vestments, and I put them, and I unfold them and I put them on all proper and look,
Is this Saint Jaeger? Is this?
I'm not gonna put on the outer stuff from Saint Yig, but I'm gonna put on the other vestments and rock my handmade Sylvanas.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool. I was just wondering which vestments you were referring to. Hence the question.
Just like the under vestments, not like
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. In that case, you don your vestments and is one of the guards, a rather youngish looking fellow, fresh faced, must be clearly out of training in his first outpost. Doesn't even have a rank insignia on his tabard. Says, "Are you ready, fellows?"
Yes, we are.
Excellent. Please follow me this way. And they take you through these. This is like a Catholic cathedral on steroids, soaring archways. You see that it's how like in with the Muppets, Sam the Eagle jokes about like, or makes lines about like this is a tribute to countries from all around the world, but mostly America. This feels like all of the churches within El Terrell, but mostly the companion.
Mm-hmm.
You see companion iconography all over the place. And it is very clear. And also now there's all kinds of things, like temporary banners and things that are hanging, talking about, illustrating Krieg summoning the companion and all these other things apparently of legend and lore. And you go down the hallway, second door on the left. This is a little less ostentatious. The ceilings are a little lower. Now you feel like you're like LA County Courthouse, where it's just like a nondescript wooden door. You knock on it. You hear, "Come." And inside there is what looks to be a secretary that seems to be very put upon, going over a number of scrolls and issues. And Daniel, please inform the ambassador from from Zent that they are not to be trading in these materials here without pardon me. Please come in. How may I help you?
So we are visiting. I'm a priest from far away, and we're visiting because we brought a gift for the new High Seer.
The High Observer.
There we go. That's the word. I'm sorry. My brother's so much better at the talking things. I'm good at sermons, but not really talking.
I see. And what region did you say that you were from again?
Oh, I didn't say.
Well, then what region are you from, if you don't mind me asking? I need to know these things.
More recently, we were from Helix.
Where?
Helix.
Where is that?
It's
it's the Duchy of Eric. Out of game. It's
the Duchy of Eric.
Right, and you are here for a gift for a gift for our High Observer.
Mm-hmm. The new one, I suppose. Yeah.
Interesting. Very well. If you wish to be, I'm assuming that you wish to have an audience in court. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. She opens up. She closes one book, sets it aside, and this woman just looks put upon. Like, she's very, very plain faced. Hair is cropped very short, very businesslike. She's stocky, and just like dark rings under her eyes. She just looks just overwhelmed and put out by everything at the moment, because it's her normal job plus everything else that she's having to deal with, because laying in state, visiting dignitaries, and all these other things. Right. Audience. How long are you in town for?
Just the day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Just through tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a problem. It looks like the first opening I have is actually the month of Sunderling on the 13th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, although that's very likely to be bumped probably to about 2 weeks later. I mean, that seems to be the earliest that I can get you on here.
That's not going to work for us. We're going to have to go tomorrow.
I'm afraid that's just not possible, my friend. I mean, we have a very crowded schedule here. You have to understand.
I understand. We'll go tomorrow though, and that'll be easier. I'm afraid I touch her hand and I cast Lesser Restoration on her because she looks really, really tired.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you looked so tired and everything, and I know it's an imposition, but we really
make a persuasion check with advantage. I mean, never mind the fact that you violated her consent by touching her without asking first, but I could be. What? May I ask what you just did?
Oh, you were so tired and exhausted, so I just used some divine healing to restore your vigor, so that way, I know looks like you got so much work you got to get done. So think of it like 3 cups of tea and a really good night's sleep, and probably any mystical ailments that you had were probably gone now too. Also, if you were kind of sick, that's probably gone. And yeah. Well, but light sick, not like a bad disease, but like if you had the sniffles or whatever, or
Well, that is very kind and thoughtful of you. I think I can work something out. You've done me a very nice kindness. When is it that you are due to depart?
Well, we're supposed to leave tomorrow midday. So midday, yeah, about that.
She looks at the schedule. She goes over to the top sheet on what is literally an appointment book about that thick. And she's looking at it. How long? What is it? You're just bestowing a gift?
Just doing a gift, delivering the message. That's it. And
very, very well. No, is there any negotiation involved? Any sort of just giving a gift and wishing well? All right. I could probably put you on. I can put you between the. I think I can put you in the order. Mid-morning. Be here first thing, but you will be heard mid-morning. Probably 7th or 8th issue of the day. Hopefully, it won't run long.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Oh, my name is Phyllis.
I'm Miguelle de Tortletoni.
Miguelle. Very well. And your party is the ambassadors from Helix, you said, yes?
Yeah, we are ambassadors and we're from Helix, yeah.
Right. And what church are you affiliated with? I don't recognize your...
the Sylvanus.
Interesting. Very well. I shall put Tortletoni's ambassadors of Helix... Church of Sylvanus, correct. Okay, very good. Just listen for your names to be called, and you will approach. Protocol around here is that you say, we greet you, High Overseer. We are, and introduce yourselves, and then praise be to the companion. May their light always guide us.
Okay,
that is typical.
I have to repeat it once.
Yes. Yeah. That is typical good form in the court here, by the way. I want because of your kindness, I want to make sure you make a very good impression.
Thank you. Yes. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll check in on you before we leave. You got to get some more rest, though.
I think once the new High Observer is installed, in about a month or so, I'll be able to sleep again.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
And the companion be with you.
And the companion's light shine upon your way as well. Good day.
Good day. So was this so hard?
Oh man, I was gonna have her like subtly ask for a bribe, but you guys like did it even better. Very nice. All right. Yep. The guards are standing out front. Right then, are you all set?
Yeah. I mean, do you guys want to go see the old overseer?
Oh, I'd have to put you at the back of the line for that. Sorry. We've had, everybody deserves their fair chance.
Yeah.
What's the wait time like?
I think that there are going to be those who are in line now that are very disappointed tomorrow. We're trying to keep it moving at a brisk pace, but you have to understand that this line is about a mile long. Last we checked.
Is there I'm just wondering, is there a donation line? And I flash a piece of gold.
They kind of look at each other. These guys don't have any rank on them. Yeah, they look at each other like, give me a persuasion check with advantage because you're offering money.
And it is not what I'm good at. But let's see here.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I would if I could, but I just got this assignment. And I don't want to lose it all right out. I don't want to lose it right out the gate. You understand?
Oh, I totally hear you.
So my question is, and I kind of, not like showing a bra or anything, but kind of show like some coins like in my shirt. It's like a gold and 2 silver. I'm like, well, I don't know. Are you sure there's not a donation line anywhere that we could possibly maybe find our way to? Oh.
Nobody has inspiration right now?
You didn't give out inspiration after last game at all.
Oh man. Okay.
I'll use I have inspiration because I haven't used it forever. I'll use it to.
All right, use it.
Better.
Are we bribing? Is that what's?
We're donating. We're donating.
We're donating.
Oh, like alms? Oh,
yeah.
So we can just give it to them.
Yeah.
Okay. They're looking at each other and they see the money.
We just really want to pay our respects, like real bad.
Okay. Well, there is a line for visiting dignitaries. We can get you in on the end of it, and if anybody asks, just mention that you're ambassadors and that somebody else told you to go over here. Okay. Hey, David. Good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey. Okay. And then, so we're giving them some money. So I give them each a platinum piece.
Holy shit! Yeah, they clearly were not expecting like that much money. So yeah, mark 2 plat off the sheet. I
understand money very well.
Yeah. So. And do you guys pawn off the other gold and stuff, or is that you just like let him do the?
I think once we see him, give him. Well, I guess do they look to us, or are they still just enamored at the platinum?
I think they're looking at the fact that he just handed them platinum pieces, and it's like, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, we're good. You literally gave them like a month's wages, so yeah.
So I think slip along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
I'm gonna be poor way before everybody else.
Yeah. So you guys go. They take you over to this side entrance that says visiting dignitaries, and they say they go to this has its own set of heavily armed guards and like a much higher ranking officer with a lot more shit on his uniform than the guy who was at the front gate. This is clearly the VIP entrance. The first guy turns back to you and says, "All right, do us a favor. Look like you belong here, okay?
Yeah, of course.
And let me do the talking.
Of course.
The first guard goes rolling up to the officer and says, "These fine folks are ambassadors from the Duchy of Helix. They are here to pay respects to the fallen overseer, the fallen overseer." And just kind of they go back and forth and talk a little bit, and then the second guard says, "Come on," and they escort you through. As the first guard is still sorting it out with the officer, and the officer is like, looking at his list of everything, going like, Helix. I don't have that on my, they haven't updated these lists in a minute, so we're just going to, go right on through, everything. Like the chaos of everything happening right now with the fact that they're putting in a new head of state in the morning. This isn't like the Secret Service, They're just assuming that people are, they've been dealing with people coming in and out and doing crazy shit for a week now. Yes, if you give us one moment, I will be happy to close the. We'll stop the line and we can probably give you about 2 minutes.
Okay. I pull out my little salve for the stinky dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like that we use to be able to eat the food that's starting to spoil, and I pass it around, so that we didn't have to.
Okay.
Because I don't know if they've spared the kept him from just decomposing or not.
Gotcha. Okay. As you guys, they stop the line.
Mm-hmm.
And after a couple of minutes, they pause the line. They actually keep the line of folks coming in. They close that door for a moment. After about a minute or two, the gallery clears, and you are escorted into a room with, it's almost like the center of St. Peter's Basilica. You go inside, and there's there's gorgeous paintings on the walls and everything else. You walk up this aisle of this church, clearly dedicated to Torm, and you actually see what must be the High Overseer all laid out there in the center of the room, laying in state. They have done a very good job at keeping the body fresh, even though he's been dead for a while. You could tell that. So the guards say, "Yep, you've got about 2 minutes, and then we have to start the line again, or otherwise the pilgrims are going to get very, very upset. So take your time." Yes.
I think we should make him open the box. That's my 2 cents.
I think that's the worst case scenario. Now that we got an audience,
he's technically not the High Observer anymore, right? That would put us in.
I don't know. I don't know how their laws work.
Yeah, I think that'd be hilarious, but I'm a little worried about
I think we should
these and I think I don't want this to blow back on Brother Othoff if he's down there somewhere. No one.
Oh, right.
Well, Tony, can I be honest with you about why it is that I'm like so insistent upon something such as this?
Sure.
You know what I'm really worried about? See, I wasn't really paying attention to much of what was going on there, but I heard a little bit. And they said that they had that second son that got put up there, right, by the High Observer?
Yep.
I'm worried that if we open this box, that son's going away and vampires are going to come back.
I am concerned about that as well. I'm also concerned about, basically the super doom and gloom rules enforcers guys of, contract.
For sure. You think you could take a look at this and figure out if there's some kind of loophole or some such? Because that's how the lawyers work, right?
Well, this is the fulfillment of another contract.
Yeah.
So if that box is going to make that sun disappear, then it's there because of the devils.
Sure.
If that's
But
what's
sometimes people do bad things to do good things, yeah?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
So should we be responsible of the making sure that everybody else dies now because somebody else did something bad 50 years ago?
I mean, so like how not rotted is he?
He looks very, very fresh.
Like gentle repose fresh?
Give me a religion check.
Oh, that's bad at religion.
Thank you very much for that, David.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks like as you get up and look at the body, yeah, it looks like that it has had something like gentle repose or something else cast upon it in order to keep it fresh for the folks coming through.
Okay. I look around and I cast Revivify on him.
You what?
Well, I mean, if it was done within an hour of him, if they gentle reposed him within an hour of his dying, then he could still be revivified for 10 days. So I try to revivify him.
And it's a 1-action spell. Okay. You burn the spell slot. You reach out. You touch the corpse.
Yep.
You actually see the light of Sylvanas go into this body.
Uh-huh.
It does not work.
Okay. It was worth a shot. Okay, so then worst case, if they don't elect a new High Observer, we come back, we speak, we figure out how to animate him, and then we have him do the thing. We can Bernie's this shit. But like, yeah, we can speak. I can speak with that, but I just don't have it prepared.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of viewing it that we're in a little bit of a rock and a hot place. I think we're probably gonna be fighting vampires very soon, but I think we're also I'd rather not be fighting devils as well. At the same time,
Or the Concordians of Annihilation.
Yeah, but
because that doesn't sound like a fun fight.
Did you also want to try Speak with Dead? Because you'd mentioned that earlier.
I don't have the scroll and I don't have it prepared.
Gotcha.
We'd have to come back.
Let me. Oh, that's right. Because you guys got teleported immediately. Okay. Yeah, if you don't have it prepared, you don't have it prepared.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So I wanted to stop him by a scroll, but we just went on in.
I mean, if you guys wanted to stop and purchase a scroll, I could retroactively say that you had the chance to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
400 gold.
Okay.
Scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And sorry, let me make sure I spend that money.
It's a pricey scroll.
I don't think I can afford it.
I can cover that. I've got 52 platinum, so I'll just get rid of 40.
Normally I wouldn't do this, but Anton, I did. You were asking to do that, and I just kept barreling ahead with the scene, so I don't want to fuck you with that. So, yeah.
So I paid it out of my platinum, so I just took it out of mine.
Okay.
I give you I take 200 of the gold, so put 200 gold of yours. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so then I bust out the scroll and I cast Speak with Dead.
It does not work. Give me a religion or arcana check.
I see him doing all this, right? So I'm gonna just...
One of the things that Tony, obviously the target has to be dead first, but that seems to be pretty self-evident in front of you. But also, if this target has been the subject of this spell previously within the last 10 days, you know that can cause failure.
Gotcha. So I confer with Miggy in the group. I know that it looks like someone maybe already tried to talk to him, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel pretty content. Let me. What would it be to make sure that this is an actual body, so this isn't some sort of a fakery?
Give me a round of insight checks.
They're the squeaky wheels, aren't they?
As you are looking at this, Anton,
Mhm.
you do see that this is a body, human, dead.
Looks pretty dead.
All right, so I guess we get the overseer in the morning, eh?
Yeah. Right. I hope you died well.
Yeah.
You know, that you go on to somewhere nice.
At this point, the guards kind of peek their heads back in, going, friends, we do have quite the line.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. You head out back into the streets outside of the building. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're in the tower here? Anything else? Anybody else you want to try and talk to? And I mean, I know that you guys don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of the people or the offices within here, but just like give me an objective and I'll see what I can do to accommodate.
Are there any large pools of holy water?
There does seem to be a ritual font used at the south end of this church towards the entrance. Yeah, the kind that it seems like parishioners would come in and dip their fingers in and do the yada 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 yada, hail torm.
But is that the kind of concentrated, weaponized holy water? That's
No.
just kind of
I mean, holy water's holy water. Concentrated, weaponized, consecrated. But I mean, it's got to be 51% holy water mixed in with regular water to make holy water, to make the 100% holy water. So holy water is very potent.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't get anything else unless we basically prepare for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
All right.
do you think, Casan, Frankie?
Yeah, it looks like
Good
we're
with,
out of options.
Getting your rest.
Yeah.
I think we should get some rest, but I think we should enjoy the festival for a little while.
Yeah.
Let's party.
Yeah.
I think Vicki would, be upset if we didn't hit the party.
I think we should party. I got us in here for the party, so we should at least party a little bit.
It's true.
True.
Good point.
See how
All
the
right.
wine is.
Okay. So, you guys head out into the celebrations and the revelry in the night. And as the sun sets, I'm assuming you find accommodations at a nearby tavern?
Yep.
Cool. It's got kind of like a bit of a Mardi Gras feel, especially because of the fact that, people are out playing games and fields and stuff like that. And your biological clock is telling you that it's got to be close to midnight. And these people are showing no signs of slowing down. Shops are open all night long tonight. There's games, there's celebrations, there's bonfires, which is really weird because, it's still like friggin' bright daylight out with this day star hanging above you, even though like the sun has set. So you actually do see, among other things, a troupe of players doing a dramatic reenactment of the the arrival of the companion and its ascent into the sun and the destruction of the vampires. You see, you see a bunch of kids go running past you at one point. I need everybody to give me a round of perception checks real quick.
No.
Damn kids need to slow down. It's not a playground here. It's a
17.
street.
Okay. Cool. And
So far, I've had one roll above an 8 today, and it was, is this actually a dead guy?
all right.
That just means if we get into a combat, you're gonna do great, right?
I sure hope so.
Who is
Saving all
carrying
those
the
up.
Who is carrying the box?
I think it's Tony in his bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony, you feel like a kid bump into you, and you feel a tug at your belt. And you turn and you see this kid darting off with a pouch. Looks like they're kind of tucking it into their shirt and going.
And is it my bag of holding?
Where is your bag of holding? Where is it located on your person?
My bag of holding would be basically where my side purse is, probably. Yeah.
Then let me see here. How many other things are you carrying on your person? How many other pouches and everything else? Is that the only one?
I got a few items. I've got.
How many pouches do you have on you specifically?
I don't think I have those listed.
Okay.
Maybe. Because I've got bags of caltrops. I've got a bag of ball bearings. These will all be on my belts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. My healer's kit. I've got a lot of stuff on my belt. I'm kind of.
All right. Well, how many? Jesus, how many bags of caltrops do you have? You got 3 of those.
Yeah.
This is
Always
why.
got to be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only one of them active. The other ones go in the backpack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's only one of them that's actually on the belt.
I'm a big dude. I'm ready.
One, two.
Are you wearing a full tactical vest?
Yeah. I got my belts and all that.
I actually
Artificer.
believe that. Yeah, I actually believe that. I actually
You
have
never know.
mine. I have mine laid out. Literally, I have 4 sacks that are all folded up inside of each other.
All right.
And
So
a component pouch and a pouch and it's on
all
the
right.
sheet.
So in that case, I see, including the bag of holding, I see 6 potential pouches on your character sheet. 3 of them are caltrops. One of them is your healer's kit. One of them is your.
I've got 5 flasks of oil.
Yeah, but they're only going after pouches.
Yeah, gotcha.
I would say that they would go after your oil, magic hat, hammer, crowbar. No, climber's kit. I'm assuming that your tool kits, your thieves' tools, your tinker's tools, and your climber's kit are all probably in your backpack. Your backpack's too big. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 with the ball bearings. 5.
Thieves tools be on my belt.
Okay, so cool. So we'll say thieves' tools, caltrops, and ball bearings, and then the bag of holding. So that's 6 potential bags. I'm going to roll this in the open. If I get a 6, they get the bag of holding. Okay?
Otherwise, I kill a kid.
Yeah.
You got a 3. Okay, so they wound up making off with a bag of ball bearings.
Not my only balls. Not my glowing balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I lost my ball. That little shit just took my ball bearings. We gotta. I'm not going after them for ball bearings, but gotta be careful.
Oh, we should check.
Vicki, you want to put one across the bow?
They're shorter than my knee. I tend not to go for a kick.
Well, how far? Actually, I'm gonna have Al Capone and
Tiny Tony?
Tiny Tony go after him. Yeah.
Ooh, what's
Okay.
Al Capone look like right now?
Al Capone still looks like a fiendish owl in a pinstripe suit with a cigar and a scar in its beak. Yeah.
And a little
Yeah,
mini
yeah,
chainsaw.
Yeah. No, but he looks like he could have a mini Tommy gun strapped on his back, although he doesn't have the hands to
Or
use
a
it.
bat. You know,
Yeah.
a Louisville Slugger.
Oh, yeah, Louisville Slugger. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, see, listen here, you little shit. So, yeah, you send Tiny Tony and Al Capone after them. And I would say, roll me a D20.
All right.
You're just gonna send them off to let them handle this themselves?
No, I'm chasing after.
Okay.
That is much faster.
Yeah. Okay. So they, you're going after them. This kid is gonna stealth. Oh, that's wrong die. Nat 20 on the stealth. They melt off into the crowd.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go back and I resecure my bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I need to get some new ball bearings, but let's be careful. I guess.
We'll have to assume every child is an enemy combatant and act accordingly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Reaper's got to reap, right? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
Wow. All right. I see where this is going. Cool. All right. So yeah, you guys
Bags.
keep it as a. The rest of the night kind of goes pretty smoothly. You wind up drinking and talking to folks, and while you do get some comments about like, oh, we've never seen turtles before, stuff like that, you find these people to be very welcoming, very like happy to see you, happy to share with you the stories of their people, and some folks do want to learn more about you and where you're from, and like it's a very friendly, welcoming environment. And before you know it, it's like your bodies are saying like, wow, it is late. It is so late. It is early. The revels are going on strong. And you can see that they had events planned all night. And the feasting and the drinking and the carousing. Give me a round of Constitution saves. Oh, Vicki is like, this is you're right at home, Vic. Yeah. This is Casan, you're feeling a little worn out. You know that if you don't get at least a short rest for a little bit, you're gonna wind up having a level of exhaustion probably. But everybody else, you're kind of hanging in there. And Vicki is out dancing in the streets and drinking and carousing, and she comes back with a whole ton of flowers and beads, and just nobody asks.
Yeah. Been looking for the beads, and I got the beads.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So, do you guys want to keep reveling all night, or do you want to, go back?
No, we got.
Yeah, Casan will go rest once he's got to know his limits.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. Everybody else, what are you guys doing?
Well, I don't really like partying, so I'm gonna take the opportunity to go to the.
Everyone's leaving. Y'all abandoning me.
I'll keep partying.
All right.
Just give me 1 more hour and 4 more glasses of wine.
Yeah, and the wine is flowing quite well. Let me tell you. I mean, it's almost like they don't even have a. It's like they don't even have a cap on it tonight. Everybody is just like going off, and it's just open bars all around. So, okay, so Casan, you go and crash for the night. Seth, Frankie and Vicki, you guys continue your celebrations. Tony and Miggy, what are you guys doing?
I go and rest.
Go and rest, okay.
Boo.
I go and protect the box and get some rest.
Okay. Cool. All right. All right. What you guys for and Miggy, what you're going to rest too, as I recall?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Seth and Vicki, give me a round of actually investigation checks.
Which way? Sorry, who?
Pardon, Vicki and Frankie.
Great.
Investigation checks.
That's my best rule.
I'm investigating that I've had 2 glasses of wine.
Yep. You've had a lot more than that. Yeah. So Vicki, you're a little faded at this point, but Frankie, you are listening to the songs and watching the stories, the players, and everybody else. And basically, what you learn about is that 50 years ago, a coven of vampires, or actually the original High Rider, or the High Rider of El Terrell at the time, revealed themselves to be a vampire and actually slew the regent and plunged the area into darkness and actually it was a little bit longer than 50 years ago. And yeah, this is what you're learning about in song and watching all the dramatic interpretations. You don't. It was in 1444 when this happened. The vampire lords rose up and basically started terrifying anybody and everybody. There was a resistance. It was not going very well at all, but in the end, there were still a few clerics in the town that united under a very young gentleman by the name of Thavius Krieg. And he, the way the story goes is that he united all the religions of the city, the Lathandrians, the Manturians, the Tormites, even the followers of Tyr and Bane. These names don't mean much to your characters, but because this isn't your pantheon, but you can see that even when they talk about the followers of Bane coming in, like that's a big deal because that's not a good deity, is what you get the impression.
They Bane a bit in the Barrow Maze.
No, not Bane. You're thinking of Orcus. Yeah. So Thavius Krieg apparently led all the priests left within the city to cry out and beseech their gods to save them. And when they all joined in prayer at once, the companion materialized within the sky, bringing light to darkness, and the vampire lords were no longer able to. Many were obliterated on the spot, and those that survived were driven underground, where they were later hunted by the Hell Riders and slaughtered. So, because of this, they were all the vampires were driven out, and Krieg was named the new regent of the area, and the office of High Overseer was created. And he was credited to be a savior of the city. So, yeah, that's what you guys learned being out partying and everything else, and hearing all these songs, and their songs glorifying the companion, glorifying the gods, glorifying the overseer, and many speak in hushed tones. Paul, do you or Anton, either of you guys want to have a nightcap in the tavern?
A little nightcap.
All right.
I'm having Owly looking out everywhere and having that little tiny Tony sitting on top of the bag holding.
All right.
I don't wear a cap anymore at night after the time I got it lost in my shelf for 2 weeks.
No, it's a little drink. You misunderstand, Miggy.
I don't like drinking.
Get you a little warm milk. Help you sleep better.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are down in one of the taverns, and you're this area is a little quieter. You're kind of like away from the city center, and while there are definitely folks who are drinking and celebrating at this point in the night, it's about probably 3 a.m. or so, and you know that sunrise is not long off, but things in this one particular area, it seems like they're the revelers who aren't used to the sun being up in the sky 24 hours a day are coming back, and many are going to rest. The tavern is decently crowded, but not too bad at this point. There's no you do see like small groups in conversation, and some of them are laughing and having a great time, and some of them are kind of like sitting and held together and chatting amongst themselves. And as you look about, give me a perception check real fast. 15. All right. And 22. You notice at the bar, there's a pair of gentlemen sitting there. With a 15, you notice that they are wearing clothes of very similar to what you saw inside the tower today. These are probably political aides, or they look like they're of the political class. And they belong in the court. They are wearing clothes befitting courtiers. Miggy, what you notice is that both of them are actually wearing badges of office. You don't recognize what the office is, but these are decently decorated, and they seem to be sitting at the bar, kind of heads together, not reveling as much as everybody else.
I point them out. They're important. They're like important people.
You want to go talk to him?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Insight checks. As you're looking at them, just insight checks real quick. Oh, Miggy, their language, their body language screams "Go the fuck away!" Like they're leaning in together, like trying to have a quiet conversation amongst themselves. Their courtier clothes seem to be of two different styles, and like that betrays that alludes to the fact that they might be of different factions, but they're sitting and having a very intense discussion. Yeah, they might. You're getting curious as to what it is they might be saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a? Is there a little stealthy spot that Owl could? Well, if they're close enough, can Owl hear them, or is there a perch from which he'd be able to hear them?
Yes, there's actually what looks to be a rafter, not terrible, not too tall, not too high from them. Night, Dave. Good seeing you, buddy. Thank you for joining us. You can actually see that there's kind of a rafter a little ways above them. Yeah.
I'll have Owl flip right there, and I'll use him to relay to me what he's hearing.
Give me a stealth check. I'm gonna say like it's a busy tavern, so the birds flying around might be
15.
Okay. Al Capone goes and lands up top, and kind of lands close enough. One of them looks up and sees him and is like, and the other guy's like, it's a bird. It's probably somebody's companion. Yeah, well, we don't want to tell it. You could see that you can hear through Al Capone that they're arguing right now as to whether or not they should be concerned about, prying ears. And since Al Capone has been spotted, do you want to give him any sort of like guidance or anything? Any sort of like, like act natural? Yeah. Don't act like you're intelligent?
Yeah.
Act like a bud.
Yeah. All right, give me a performance check.
Let's see here what he can do.
This the pinstripe suit makes it difficult.
Yeah.
So it'd be for performance. There's not a performance for me to roll for. Would it be?
Roll your performance check for him.
My performance. Oh boy, it's at a -1.
All right.
There we are.
All right. Well, ironically, I rolled a 2 and a 3. So, yeah, that they both kind of like look up at it and they just lean in a little closer. I think not really understanding how keen an owl's ears are.
Right.
Who's got a TV or something going in the background? I'm just hearing some sort of.
It's me. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. No worries. You can't be serious. I'm very serious. It's unheard of. Well, I know it's unheard of, and it's incredibly suspicious. Well, yes. So and of course all investigations into this are open and shut at this point. But the official we of course had to put out the official word was natural causes. But suicide. Well, yeah, suicide. This is we couldn't explain it, much less dare let they look around and much less let the world know that the High Overseer of El Terrell committed suicide a week before the 50th anniversary. Like this is unheard of. Yes. Yes, we can't. We cannot let the word get out in general that was what happened. It'd be horrifying.
Right.
Yeah. And you're certain that it wasn't any. All the investigations indicated that that he simply and intentionally, seemingly, drank some nightshade. Seemingly with intent. There was a note in his hand.
Does the other guy ask what the note said?
It seems like that might have been ground that was already covered.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I go upstairs with Miggy. I have Al Capone flit
Yeah.
away.
See? Yeah.
And I say, Miggy, I think we really got to be preparing for trouble. This is looking kind of terrible. If he offed himself, I mean, I wonder if he made some kind of deal, for this companion.
Miggy, you're still muted.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
Not great.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to you.
Yeah.
You also, having not heard this, you're kind of like, you're sure they were talking about the High Overseer?
Yeah.
And so he killed himself?
Yeah, they're saying he drank nightshade. Intentionally had some sort of note. They didn't say what the note was, but look, I don't know what he's doing, messing around with devils and some sort of deal that's going on here. This doesn't pass the smell test.
I heard that wizards can make notes in your handwriting. Maybe there's a bad wizard.
That's true. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. I think just everyone's got to be ready for the caca hitting the fan, as it were.
Mm.
I mean, Frankie's gonna be there, so I assume things are gonna hit the fan.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
We get to the important bit of the conversation real quick when Frankie's there.
Yep.
All right. I'm assuming you guys are going to take the night and sleep at this point, or are you guys going to try and do anything else?
Nope.
Sleep. Rest.
All right. And Casan, you're taking a sleep. Frankie and Vicki, it's now like getting close to sunrise. You can actually feel the crowds, the revelers, getting closer and closer to the tower as they're clearly going to announce who the new High Overseer is.
Yeah.
Are you guys going for that, or are you guys going to go back to bed?
I'm ready for bed.
I gotta know who I'm dealing with,
All right.
but just enough to be able to watch it, see if there's anything suspicious, and then go to bed because I don't care what that guy has to say.
Got it. Okay. So, yeah, you head over there, and you actually do see, with great pomp and circumstance, Harold come out and announce that, indeed, the new High Observer of El Terrell is Judy Erdash, the candidate that had been mentioned earlier. And everybody, this is not like, and you do see them come out. They seem to be, perhaps you're not sure if they're a cleric or a paladin, but they are of the Church of Torm. You do recognize the accoutrement. And they, come out and they, wave and they speak a few words about, continuing the glory of El Terrell and, thank the gods for the companion. And now we will, our future is our future shall be eternally bright, and all this like lovely speech. And you know that court they do that at the sunrise. They announce the new overseer, and then it's over in about 15 minutes or so. You're able to go back, and you probably got about 2-3 hours before court opens, and they start hearing petitions. So you're not going to get a long rest at this point. If you guys want to take a short rest, if anybody's down anything, and you have anything that returns on a short rest, Casan, you can have a long rest. Tony and Miggy, make me a con save real quick.
Nope.
All right. So I'm gonna. Do you want to risk oversleeping, or do you want to wake up and not get the long rest?
I mean, I got Anthony there.
I already got my slots. So, I mean, yes. I mean, basically, if I don't take a long rest, that means I still hold on to my temp HPs, right? So,
Yeah, sure.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm good on that.
Miggy burned spell slots the day before though, which is the only reason why I'm asking. So
No, I'm okay.
okay, so you wake up and you definitely did not get a long rest. You don't have a level of exhaustion, but you don't get your spell slots back.
Right, but it's the next day, so I can prepare my new spells.
Yes.
Okay, good. I did.
Okay, cool. All right, and Frankie, you wake up after sleeping for about an hour and a half. Vicki, give me a con save with advantage, and Frankie, give me a con save. Vicki, this ain't Vicky's first having to be up after an all-nighter, and you're just like, yeah, you're good. And
Hey, there's a good roll.
When it counts, yeah.
Now you're gonna miss like
You guys- You guys,
It'll be like, let's roll for initiative, and it'll be like 1.
yeah, but you are functional after being out basically all night. You meet up in the tavern in the morning. Tony and Miggy, do you want to share anything before you head off?
Yeah, do it in hushed tones, basically with them, give them the layout in our concerns, quietly, in Tortle, quietly in Tortle.
Okay, so Casan is left out of the conversation temporarily. Yeah, unless he chooses to use tongues.
And then what? Yeah, and then I whisper.
I'm
in
confident
Casan's
they'll fill me in if I need to be filled in.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, in that case, you check and you do have your bag of holding on you, and you check and indeed the box is secured inside the bag of holding. And at this point, it is time to go to court. But it is also 20 after 9. We have not had a break yet. Let's go ahead and take a quick 5. I want to freshen up drinks, and if anybody's got to go to the bathroom or anything else, let's do that real fast. And then we'll bring it on for the home stretch.
Thank you, 5.
Yeah,
all right.
Okay.
Ooh, the click clacks. Clickety clack. Click clack. Click click clack. Click clack. There are a lot more click clacks in this track than I remember.
That's because it's not the click clack track. Different one.
Alrighty, I'll come on back. You guys both know that your mics were hot during that, right?
I was unmuting myself for that.
Oh, okay, good. Long as everybody knew.
Clickety clack. Don't look back.
Yeah, clickety clack.
People snap up.
Snickety snackety, I roll for attackety. Alrighty.
Nah, this is just the remix.
Yeah, just this is the Tortletoni remix. Yep. There we go. And we're just waiting on Matt. Matt,
What
you
do
still
you
alive?
mean the clickety clacks?
Are we also waiting on Casan?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, Julie hasn't called upon her Viking warrior. Oh yeah, Johnny. This is this is a licensed or a free use track that's part of Restream here. So I throw this on whenever, but they'll rotate it through, and we do like the clickety clack one. Gotta love it. So, but it is random. We don't always get it when I turn the music on. Anyway, we'll put that down for the moment. All right. Yeah, you guys are kind of waiting on Casan at the moment, but we'll just say that you start making your way.
Making our way downtown.
Oh God. Suddenly, somewhere, Matt Mercer just punched a wall and doesn't understand why. Yeah. But you start making your way towards the tower, and yeah, you could see that the city is bustling with activity at this point. Apparently, the festival is going to culminate with a big bonfire in the center of town tonight that is representative of the arrival of the companion. And everybody is all hyped for this. This is going to be like it's the big culmination of everything. But of course, you have the high overseers, the new high overseers' first day in office. And as you make your way to the center or to the tower, you are checked in on the list, and they tell you that that this is all that court today will be held in the main chamber, which is basically the center where the former high overseer Krieg was lying in state. His
was
tribute,
definitely in a state.
yes. What you guys slept through was the funerary service this morning, and he is now his body has now been taken away to be laid to rest later on today. But the service is done, and now the court has just finished being restored as the guards open up the area, open up the doors, and start allowing petitioners into the gallery. You guys confirm that you look to be 8th on the list, and you estimate that you've got about 3 hours before your quote unquote deadline.
Do we know at all if this is like a private audience or is this like a big public thing?
I would say, I mean, this is a very crowded room. This is open court. This is the High Overseer's court right here, and you can see that there's officiants and petitioners and individuals of all kinds, that all shapes and sizes here. There is the gallery of petitioners where the petitioners all wait, and then there's actually a balcony where observers are. Some of them you could tell are heralds and scribes that are taking records for various officiating bodies. There are some who are just dilettantes who are there to be seen, and there are those who are just the citizenry coming to see the government at work. But basically everybody who's on the floor where you guys are located right now in this holding area, you guys, everybody here has business with the High Overseer's office or the court in general. So they call the first petitioner, and it is an ambassador who comes in with incredible gifts and, glory to the companion, blah, blah, blah. There's all kinds of, there's all kinds of pomp and circumstance, and every time it looks like they're about to wrap it up, that's just like ending one section of their of their diatribe here. It looks to be like that this guy goes on for a solid 30 minutes of like ceremony and everything else, and they petitions to negotiate a better trade deal and this and that, the other things, and you're getting lost in like the legalese and the long histories of everything. They insist on going over the details on everything in great detail, and eventually the High Overseer is just like, look, take it up. We'll take this privately, but it's like half an hour just for the first person. You guys are number 8. Second person, pretty quick. This one is somebody complaining about farming rights to a particular thing, whatever. The details are just, like wash right over you guys. You're all like, oh God, this is bullshit. That takes about 10 minutes. It's, it's court. It kind of drags on. And of course, it is all very flowery and everything with the new High Overseer. Everybody has to do their big spiel and introductions and the pomp and the circumstance. And finally, you estimate that you got probably about 5 minutes before your deadline. You hear the herald call for the ambassador from the Duchy of Helix and the Church of Sylvanus. You may approach.
Hi, that's us.
Yes,
okay.
the guards escort you in. Do you have your weapons on you visibly or anything like that? They would have actually told you not to have them for this. You would have had to check them outside, probably.
I would. I'd hide my silver dagger up a bracer, but I'd give him my bows. So
Okay.
I've got my spell components.
Okay.
I'll keep my size.
I mean,
because
we can
these
hide
are
stuff
weird
in.
weapons that nobody has seen, so I think I could maybe get away with that.
Yeah, you're like the toe picks,
Toe pick.
Yep. The herald calls.
Cutting edge joke. Wow.
The herald calls and says, "You may approach and state your case." And the High Overseer, the new High Overseer, is a younger woman, long blonde hair tied up in a severe bun. She wears a badge of office on her breast, but her robes mostly, her tabard and actual armor that she's wearing speak to her station as a priest of Torm. You're guessing based on the like contextual clues. Although Torm is a deity that the Tortletonis are not terribly familiar with. You could tell that what they talk about, that Torm must be very interested in justice and what is right, because they are always preaching about Torm and fairness and justice.
Is the symbol scales?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Judy or Dosh that were with
Yeah.
the hair. Yep.
Yep. Yes, and they announce you. Do you each did you each provide a name for? Or do you just wish to be introduced as the Tortletoni's ambassadors from the Duchy of Helix?
I think that tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Representatives from the clan to Tortletoni of the Duchy of Helix and the Church of Sylvanus, High Overseer, Your Grace. And she, sits in. It's not a throne, but it is a chair up on a dais that is actually like, for as ostentatious as everything else is around here, the chair is actually relatively simple and utilitarian. It's almost like carved out of stone, but smooth edges, not terribly decorated. Simple.
Not like a ladderback birch named Carl.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. And
No,
then
it's okay.
IKEA
And actually,
jokes, I
it's not.
apologize.
It's not. I was wrong. Tyr is the one whose symbol is scales. Torm's symbol is a gauntleted hand.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. I step forward and I say the words that I'm supposed to say.
Give me a performance check.
That
Were you rehearsing this?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
everybody else was doing it, as they stepped up. So
do it with advantage. You give a slight stutter, but basically, a 10 for you is flawless. You don't oversell it. You don't screw it up. It's she leans in a little bit because she's like, it's almost like you were a little too quiet for her to hear. Greetings, fair Tortletonis. Welcome to El Terrell. How may what is your business and what brings you to my court?
We're just supposed to give you this gift that you're supposed to open.
Pull it out of my bag of holding.
A gift.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a thing.
This is very kind of you. Please approach.
Okay, I go up and here you go. This was supposed to be delivered today, before about a couple minutes from now, to you in your position.
That sounds only mildly suspicious. The way you put that.
What he's trying to say is that we were supposed to give it to the High Observer, but unfortunately, due to the circumstances of the previous High Observer, we're now delivering it to you.
You're saying that this was to go to Thavius Krieg?
Yeah.
Interesting. She looked like she accepted it from you. She was looking at this, and she was literally about to put it aside.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it like where other gifts and other things had been, been stacking up. You'd actually seen like that she'd been accepting things and tributes and then getting stacked off to the side. But the fact that, you explained that this was meant for the previous High Overseer, she stops. She brings it back. She looks at you very hard in the eyes, Miggy. Almost as if she's trying to read your soul. And she says with her eyes fixed firmly upon you, a gift for Overseer Krieg. How thoughtful and generous. Obviously, it's a shame that that he was not here to see this day with us. His untimely passing prevents him from being able to share in this joy. May I ask what is inside?
I don't know.
You don't know. You are bestowing a box to me, and you do not understand. You don't know what is inside.
Yeah. Only we're supposed to open it. Well, only Krieg was supposed to open it. But then if Krieg couldn't open it, then the next person was supposed to open it.
Where did this box come from?
From Warlock? Well, anyway, he's a high noble where we were just come from.
Make a deception check.
Deception.
Okay, a 10 on your deception check. I'm afraid I'm going to need a little bit more information than that, my friend. What is this? And what is your business here?
We're supposed to give this gift that's to deliver the message that's contained in the box.
You can see. Give me insight checks, everybody.
Okay.
Frankie, Vicki, Tony, Casan, Casan, you are suddenly hearing a ringing in your ears that you can't place. And you feel something, like you just feel like energy starting to, like you feel like a charge going through you, like something's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that is distracting you. But Vicki and Tony and Frankie, the three of you are looking at everybody else on the dais, and you actually do see some rather concerned looks passing between certain leaders, certain individuals up on that dais. Matter of fact, Tony, you spot one of the men from last night at the bar, and you could see them exchanging a glance, and you follow where that glance goes, and it goes to the other individual. And there seems to be some very concerned looks all of a sudden. Miggy, you don't notice any of this because you are basically locked eyes with the High Overseer right now. And she's staring at you. And almost like with just like the flick of a finger, suddenly you hear the doors close to the court.
Hmm?
Casan, that noise is getting louder. And it feels like it goes from like a high-pitched ringing to feeling like blood rushing in your head, just like you hear like blood rushing in your ears, that roaring sensation. And you're like, give me a con save. Okay, you're able to shake it off, but it's just like not feeling great.
Who's next to me?
Who wants to be next to you?
I'm usually next to you.
Yeah.
Right. Tony, you hear that?
Hey, what?
The fucking ringing, man. It's like
No.
I'm having a hard time concentrating.
Guards, clear the gallery. And after a moment, or you hear the doors close, but the doors in the gallery upstairs, all the plebeians, for lack of a better term, all of the common folk and the observers are cleared out. Even the scribes and the heralds, they're pulled out. One of them by force, because they're like, no, the free press demands that we have a complete account. You can't just kick me out. Door slams. And the lower gallery is cleared as well, and you hear people bitching and complaining, going like, I better not lose my place in line. What is going on here?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make a fuss.
What is this? She all niceties disappear at this point once the galleries are cleared and the doors are shut. What is this? Where did this come from? And who sent you?
I told you. Molach. He's some noble from where we just were.
And where were you just?
Oh, I don't really want to tell you that.
I demand answers.
Oh,
and
okay.
you will either give them to me, or I will have you arrested
Okay.
for espionage and attempted assassination.
I'm not attempting to assassinate anyone. Or
Then you'd better make with some answers very quickly here, sir. Casan, give me another con save. It is okay. 19. Casan, you're getting wobbly on your feet, and you actually grab on to Tony's shell for support. You're sweating. You're pale, and that roar in your ears has sound. Now it almost sounds like a train coming through a tunnel, and you can actually feel your vision, your vision is getting closer and tighter, and you're just kind of like fixated, like staring a hole in this one point in the floor to make sure that you stay on your feet. But you're basically leaning on Tony with one hand, and you could feel like, Tony, you feel the weight kind of, he's pulling you over, and you look over it. He does not look good.
Since we've looked at this contract a couple of times, did it say that we just had to deliver it to the individual without opening it, or that they had?
You were not to open it, and you were not to tamper with it.
Yeah,
but there was nothing in there about whether they had to open it or not.
Gotcha.
Casan, give me an insight check.
I mean, it.
All right, hold on a second.
Is there anything in the contract that says that we can't tell them about this?
No. But and the High Overseer is getting really, really done with the evasiveness. Who sent you, and what is the meaning of this?
Well, I don't know what the meaning of it is.
What am I supposed to?
And
I lean over to Tony and say, "I think we're about to have some company in here."
And I told you Moloch sent us because we're
Who
trying...
is Moloch?
He was a devil we met while we were in the first level of hell, because we were trying to rescue Brother Arthur's soul from the Bone Devils, and the deal for information, so where we could rescue the priest's soul from where it was tormented, was we had to deliver this message. And I assume it probably has to do with your visitor. And I don't know why your high priest person committed suicide, but we had nothing to do with it. We got into town this morning.
Okay. When the minute you say that about the suicide, I mean they were already like, but the minute you say that about the suicide, there's an uproar within the room as other officials and everything. There's like a murmur going through it.
Oh right, sorry, suspected suicide. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at these kind of things. I'm not very smart.
Casan, one last con save.
I start making high signs to my family of danger, and I say an Aquan to them. Casan says we might be having company.
A 25 con save.
Damn, son.
I've been saving all the big rolls for the very end.
I'm just going to say that you're going to wish that you were unconscious for this part. You keel over. You actually drop to one knee and you vomit on the ground. This causes an even more of a stir and an uproar. But the High Overseer is, yelling for the guards suddenly to apprehend all of you. And she has the box in her hand when suddenly it flies out of her hand, hovers about 5 feet away from her, and it hovers there and spins on its own accord. And you can actually see that as it is rotating in the air, it kind of shifts and moves almost like a Rubik's Cube, different parts of it interlocking and moving about, and suddenly it stops and it unfurls. Inside is a scroll of black parchment. And it opens up with gold lettering. And you see, you get a glimpse of it. The alphabet, the runes that they are using don't seem to be anything that you've ever observed before. Actually, Casan?
Yeah.
You recognize it. That is the language of Infernal.
I read Infernal now.
Oh, you read Infernal now?
Yeah. I mean,
as you both observe it and can speak it, I need you both to make wisdom saves.
Okay.
I can't speak Infernal.
You can't, but I can use you as a fucking meat puppet if I want to.
Oh boy.
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I speak.
So-
I just picked it up the lesson, so I'm not really conversational yet with it, but like I'm getting it. I'm getting it down.
All right. Well, Casan, you go from being keeled over and you're looking up at this and you're just flop sweat. You are covered in sweat. You've got bile and vomit in your mouth and you're just like, you don't understand what is going on, but you feel like your guts are being turned inside out. And as you look up, you lock eyes with this scroll. And
Oh, the scroll has eyes. See.
well, you lock your eyes upon the scroll. You lock your eyes upon the scroll. And we cut away for you for a second as everybody's observing this thing, and then suddenly out of nowhere, if everybody like shifts back to you, you are suddenly floating about 3 feet off the ground.
No, not this.
Okay.
You your eyes are your eyes have rolled into the back of your head and you start speaking in tongues. You are clearly possessed, and anyone that approaches you is immediately like a couple of guards like start running at you and they're shoved off. Not killed, not wounded, but they are repelled by some unseen force. And you start speaking in this black tongue. But for some reason, even though you are speaking in a tongue the likes of which the rest of you haven't heard before, everyone seems to be able to understand it crystal clear. I want Matt, give me your best dramatic reading of this.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
See if I can open it up into a bigger.
Yeah, you could probably just right click, open an image in new tab.
Yeah.
Spool up the voice modulator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Your ad block has been updated. Wait a minute, that's the wrong. Be it known that I, Thavius Krieg, High Overseer of El Truel, have sworn to my master, Zariel, Lord of Avernus, to keep the agreements contained in this oath. I hereby submit to Zariel in all matters and for all time. I will place her above all creatures living and dead. I will obey her all my days and beyond with fear and civility. I recognize the dispensation of the device called the Solar Insidiator, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of El Truel and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the Companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend El Truel and also considered forfeit. I further recognize that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the Companion will return whence it came, taking El Truel and its oath-bound defenders with it, if that is Zariel's wish. All this is my everlasting pledge.
Casan, give me a dex save with disadvantage.
Hey!
All right, you actually do manage to land kind of on your feet. You are unsteady. You shake your head, and it's the equivalent of feeling like a hand like coming out from your backside after like just a very very unpleasant situation of like somebody
From your
puppeting
puppet
you.
pocket.
Yeah, from your puppet pocket. Yep. You hit the ground and you're just like, what the fuck was that? You look about. You could hear a pin drop, and that's when you hear the screaming outside. You look. The light changes in the room. And by the light changing in the room, I mean that the lumens that have been illuminating this, shining through these stained glass windows and everything, just seem suddenly to be cut in half. And you hear a murmur and then screams of terror. Those screams get louder. And you hear the sound of steel rending from above. It's incredibly loud. And you hear the sounds of panicked people running, doors being beaten on. Some of the courtiers run to windows in the sides of the of the hall, and you hear somebody shriek, "It's gone out!" And now I need everybody to make a dexterity save.
Oh, my best save. Oh, what just happened?
Wait, what is this a dexterity save for? Oh, and I have my shield on me.
That your shield's not going to help you.
Yeah.
Let's see. 16. Okay. Vicki and Tony, the both of you are. Oh, and Casan, the three of you are thrown to the ground as the floor violently lurches to the side. Anton or Miggy and Frankie, you both managed to stay generally upright, but it's almost like a cruise ship in incredibly rough waters going over big waves. Like everything, it's up is relative right now, as it seems like the ground just from beneath you seems to be slanting downwards. You feel that sensation of falling rising up in your stomach.
Does what's her name like fall out of her
yeah? Oh yeah. Everybody eats shit. Everybody.
I try to keep her from hurting herself.
Okay, so you try to catch her.
Yeah.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
Oh, athletics is not my best.
Worth a shot.
I'll take it.
All right. So yeah, she winds up getting thrown from her pedestal, and you wind up catching her like almost perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos is reigning. People are yelling and screaming. After a second, the tilt stops, and you all look about at each other, and you have just this one moment. And then the ground falls away from beneath you, and you enter free fall. And that's where we're going to wrap it for tonight.
And I'm free.
Yeah.
Free
falling.
Back
Awesome.
on down to Avernus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cool. So that is it for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this. Once again, I've been DM Greg. You have been you. These have been the Tortletonis. And we will be back next week to continue and find out what happens next in this crazy Tales of the Tortletonis campaign. In the meantime, if you want to book me to run a game like this for you, please look me up at mastermindadventures.com or my forthcoming Game Master for Hire webpage on my website. You can find me there too and book me to run all kinds of games. I can run dungeon crawls. I can run roleplay intensive. I can run whole other systems. I'm very, very excited to be gaming with you And I hope you will come and join us back here next week. And bring me on to run a session for y'all. So until then, hope you have a great week, and we'll see you on Monday. Till then, roll them 20s. Good night, all.